guys, Amanda here with Grammy's Craft Boutique. I have some bows that I need to make for some customers, and when I'm live on Facebook, people ask all the time about my bows, so I thought I'd get my easy bow maker and the ribbon that I needed to use and come on and show you guys how I make my bows. Real quick, I am going to see if I can find us. Interesting. Well, it says I'm live. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hi, Landon. I'll be over in a little while, sweetie. Hi, Alex. Thanks for jumping on here. So I'm not by myself. Just gonna put my iPad here. Can you guys hear me okay? Sound check. Okay, so we have a shop on Etsy called Grammy's Craft Boutique. We sell the easy bow makers, and we sell ribbon assortments, bows, finished products like wreaths, swags, things like that. As you come in, just hop on in, say hi, and let me know where you're from. So far, I've got my little brother and my little nephew with me, and my mom. And actually, Mom is Grammy of Grammy's Craft Boutique. They're all watching from their house, and I just decided, spur of the moment, to come on live and work on these bows. So I'm actually, how are you? I'm funny. That's got to be my nephew. He's 11 and he's a funny kid. I'm going to angle the camera down. I want to make sure you guys get a good angle, and I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Hopefully that'll give you a good angle. Hi, Susan from Fresno, California. How are you? Okay, so this first ribbon that we're going to work with has the awareness ribbons running down it, and it has words. Now, I don't mind if these are turned different ways in my loops, but I do want these tails to show the awareness ribbons and the words coming down each side correctly. So what I'll do, I'll just cut my ribbon evenly and gather it up. Place it between my dowels. And cut my ribbon the length that I want it. And I'll do the same for the other side so that at least my tails will read correctly and look nice and professional. There's certain times that I don't mind words or images going different directions, like if you're doing a funky bow or a terry bow, but she wants this bow to have tails, and I want these words to be going the correct way for her. So now that I've got my tails coming down nice, I'm just going to make my loops, and I want my loops about 6 inches. And what's nice about the Easy Bow Maker is you've got your measurements right there. And I'm going to do 2 loops on this one. And you just want to make sure you're giving yourself some overlap so you catch it in the middle. Then I'll gather that up. And separate these loops. Now there are other ways to get your words and your images going the right directions. My mom is excellent at it. We tried it with this one though, and no matter what, the awareness ribbons were going the wrong way. So if you have to sometimes piece it together, that's okay. Your zip tie or your pipe cleaner will grab on and it'll be nice and secure. So there's our first 2 loops with our tails going the correct way. And then I use these little bitty straight pins with the pearls on the edge from Hobby Lobby just to hold my ribbon secure. Right here, we're going to take a 1.5 and we're just going to make 1 loop on each side to make that black pop. If you guys are watching this on a replay, definitely hit the subscribe button for tutorials on wreath making, bow making, all different types of crafting. And then I'm just going to cut my tail about, I think they're about 20 inches. So it looks like I'm talking to my family. I've got my brother, my mom, and my nephew here with me. How's it going at the house, guys? So this is the same way. Your Fight Cancer and Awareness ribbon are going one direction. So we're going to do the same thing with the tails on these. Cut it the length you want, Gather it up. Put it between the dowels. Aw, thank you, Landon. My nephew is my biggest fan, and I appreciate him so much. Some stray threads there we'll cut off. And then we'll do the same thing with our loops. But we're going to make these loops a little smaller. Thinking about 5 inches. Oh, I lost my little pen. I'm just going to pinch it in the middle. put it in my dowels and separate my loops. And the nice thing about the Easy Bow Maker is you build your bow from the back to the front, so you really see how your bow is shaping up. There's my little pin. And see how that black pops there? Now I'm going to bring in a gray to kind of pull the gray in from the back ribbon. So again, we're Grammy's Craft Boutique. We have a shop on Etsy, and we have a bigger presence on Facebook than we do YouTube, but we will be trying to put more tutorials on YouTube. So if you're watching the replay, do hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, and that'll give us some encouragement to get on here and create more content. A lot of time my mom, who is Grammy, she's with us, but they're all at their house today, and I'm just crafting from my house. I had some bows to make, so I thought I would do it live. I actually have an order for 8 bows, but I'm not going to put you guys through that. But I definitely wanted to come on and show you how, in this case, we had the directionally challenged ribbon, and I wanted to show you how you handle that. Now, I'm going to come in with a center loop that's a bright pink. We're just going to make a small center loop that hides the mechanics of the bow, and you always want to really make your center loop something that pops. And there's a little bit of hot pink in the leopard print on our back ribbon, so we're going to use that as our deciding factor for bringing in the hot pink. Oh, Grammy's at home making beef stew and working on a Halloween wreath. That's good. Grammy's got to stay. You got to keep working, Grammy. Okay, I've got 2 hot pink zip ties. Gonna pull this off carefully because remember we had to splice our ribbon, so we want to make sure we're getting all of the components of the ribbon. We're going to go around it with the zip tie. Nope. I'm going to move you guys up so you can see. Start tightening it. Give yourself a little space to put in another zip tie so you have a place to anchor it to your wreath or wherever you're going to place it. Start fluffing your bow out. Make sure you have things about where you want them, and then go ahead and finish really tightening down your zip tie. Yes, we still have some of the gray awareness ribbon left, and I did look, and it looks like it's still available, so I was thinking it might not be a bad idea to order some more. And I'm just gonna really, now that that zip tie is on, you guys, you can really give these loops a nice pull and get them where you want them. Now on the center loop, you notice both the tails end up coming off on one side, right? So on that, you just really give those tails a tug. You gotta be the boss of your ribbon. Your ribbon's not the boss of you. Now, I'll probably give all these tails a curl, but I just noticed some of them aren't dovetailed, so we need to go in here, fold your ribbon in half, give it a nice dovetail. My mom used to call those ducktails. I let her call them ducktails for a long time, and then finally I had to stop her. Do we get all of them? I think so. Now if you want to curl your tails, you just make a loop and then get your fingers in there and walk them up. That one wasn't very tight. Let's do that again. Because this ribbon actually curls really well. Walk it up. So you can give your tails a curl. You can just pull them. That gives them like a nice flow, a nice curve. Okay, so here's our breast cancer awareness bow. All of the ribbons are canvas except for this middle one, Sherry. It's like a loose weave that's got some metallic through it. I wonder what that is. Almost looks like a linen, but the rest of the ribbon, yeah, metallic linen, but the rest of these are all a heavy polyester canvas, and they're available in our Etsy shop. This one right now is very popular, the leopard print awareness ribbons. And it says, have faith, be strong, have hope, be brave. I have a young lady, a customer on Etsy. She's a young woman. She was just diagnosed with breast cancer. She bought a breast cancer awareness wreath, and she loved it, and she wanted me to make her another breast cancer awareness bow. She said, I'm decorating my porch and my fence. I want everyone to know that I am fighting. So I wanted to make sure these bows were extra special for her. So there's bow number 1. We did 2 loops of a 2.5, 1 loop of a 1.5, 2 loops of a 2.5, 1 loop of a 1.5, and then a 1.5 for our center loop. You know, and that masks your little zip tie or cable tie or your pipe cleaner, whatever you choose to use. So this guy's done. put that over there. Next one is going to be a version of the terry bow, but instead of using the Pro Bow, the hand, we're going to use our Easy Bow Maker. And the terry bow is made by Terry Lynn with Mill and Dill Designs, and it's such a fun bow. It has lots of loops and tails, so you end up using a lot of different types of ribbon with your terry bows. I usually go crazy because I love ribbon, so I usually use like three of the 2.5s, and then like 4 or 5 of the 1.5s. And this is going to be a candy corn theme. I wrinkled that end a little bit, so we're going to get rid of that wrinkle. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Yeah, the pink leopard print is very popular this year. I ordered 1 case of pink leopard print ribbon and it disappeared, never to be seen again. I couldn't get more in stock. So I'm going to take my first 2.5 inch, I'm going to make my tail about 7 inches, gather it up, give it a twist. You always want your pretty side of your ribbon facing up. Pretty side up. We're going to go out to 6 inches. Give it a twist. Inches, and then scrunch it down. No twist on that one because this is our other tail. Oh, my nephew's saying Facebook Lives are better than YouTube Lives. Oh, my nephew's probably disappointed because we don't have as many viewers, but I was explaining that our presence on YouTube isn't as big as it is on Facebook, and I need to do better. Landon, we need to do better, buddy. We need to get on YouTube more. That's my little nephew that's messaging me on here. He's 11 and he loves YouTube. Any of you that have kids or grandkids know YouTube is king in their book. Always put my pin in so my ribbon's not everywhere. Okay, so we want to put a tail going up, a tail going down. With a terry bow, you alternate your loops and tails. So our next ribbon is going to be an orange and black stripe. Now, Sherry, that candy corn ribbon actually is satin, but it's a really heavy satin, so I don't mind it too much. So we're going to make our 7-inch tail, gather it up and twist. Pretty side up. Just a little bit smaller, maybe like 5.5. Little bit smaller, and scrunch because this one's our tail. Okay, so we're gonna pull our loop up here to where the tail is. The tail's over this loop. Pull this loop down to be over this tail. And then this tail's over this loop. So your terry bow is basically loop tail, loop tail, loop tail. Hi Vern, how are you? I'm glad you got us live. Thanks for being here. My nephew is just messaging me that he doesn't think that YouTube lives are as good as Facebook, but I told him we don't have as many followers yet on YouTube, so we've got to fix that. Okay, now I want another 2.5, and I think I'm gonna go with oh boy. That yellow's not quite bright enough. How about that one? I kind of like that. Let's do that one. I like mixing different patterns, especially with something whimsical like a candy corn. It's just going to be a little bit shorter. Coming down to about 5. And I fluff my loops as I go. Make sure your loops are the same length. I always cut my tails a little bit longer than I think I might need them. It's always easier to trim off some ribbon and waste a little than realize that you didn't cut them long enough. So you put a loop where your tail is, tail where the loop is, and you're basically creating an X. I love ribbon too. I have a ribbon problem. That's actually why we carry ribbon now, because I couldn't stand it. I had to sell ribbon so that I could have all the ribbon. Okay, so we're going to come in with some 1.5s now. Going to bring in some of this glittery orange and black. Yeah, when I decided that we were going to start carrying ribbon, I don't think anyone was really too surprised, because I'm obsessed with ribbon. When I decorate at the holidays, I find a way to put a bow on everything. My family gets packages with fancy bows on them. I just love bows. So pull that loop up, and and that tail down, this loop down and this tail up. We're kind of alternating our black and orange and black and yellow, but it gives you that, still gives you that candy corn kind of theme. This bow is going to be going with some candy corn attachments. That's right, Sherry, from Halloween to Christmas, glitter everywhere. Somebody said the most horrible thing to me the other day. They said, why do you use glitter in your Halloween stuff? And I'm like, why would you not? I mean, my poor dogs have glitter in their tail fur. If they come in here to visit me, they walk out and they've got glitter in their fur. To think of it, they're awful quiet. We had terrible storms last night. We're in Illinois. We're just about 15 miles east of St. Louis, Missouri. And we had horrendous storms last night. Did anybody else? Orange with black polka dots, little Swiss dots. Yeah, I think glitter should be everywhere. You know, when you're grown up, you don't have as, I don't know, there's not as much magical delight in your life, and I think glitter is like grown-up magic. It's like fairy dust. Loop goes up here, tail goes down here. Now as your bow gets bigger, if any of you already follow us on Facebook or watch our lives, you know my bows get pretty big. You know, you're not going to have that perfect X, but that's okay. That is okay. And my center loop, I'm going to do a yellow and black stripe. And your center loop is just going to be a small loop that comes out and covers your zip tie or your pipe cleaner, whatever you choose to use. I've got a couple yellow zip ties here. Ugh, these are not my favorite zip ties. I don't know where I got them. I hope I don't ever buy them again by mistake. They just don't go together smoothly. Oh, I hate them. I need to get new zip ties and throw these in recycling. Okay, now you just fluff out your bow. Hey Pat, how are you? Make sure everybody has their space. Each one of these ribbon are different. You want them to all have their own real estate so they can show up. And I just put the ribbon tails between my pointer and my middle finger and kind of give them a little zip. That gives them some nice curve. Now, when I put this on a project, I would trim up the tails based on where it's positioned on the project, but this is just a bow going to a customer. She bought a candy corn attachment and she wanted a bow. So I'll probably spend some time fluffing out this bow and really measuring out the ribbon tails, cutting them evenly, and then my mom, she's amazing. We always get compliments on our shipping. She will stuff each one of these loops individually before she packages it up to ship it out to the customer. So there's the terry bow. Pat, I'm really good. I just decided to do a quick YouTube live because I had a couple bows I needed to make. And I wish I knew when my next ribbon order was coming in. The next order is going to be assortment boxes. I'm going to have Halloween, fall, and Christmas, and they should be here by now. So I sent an email to my rep today. I'm hoping they get it tomorrow. I know they're busy on Mondays. But I'm hoping to find something out tomorrow, because and there's definitely a shortage on supplies. That is real, because I've spent probably about 3 hours today looking at ribbon, and the ribbon they have available is stuff I already have. There's not anything new for me to get. So I don't know. I keep kicking myself thinking that it's my fault that I didn't have my timing right for these orders, but I'm beginning to think that it wasn't me. I'm thinking that that this pandemic has really affected the whole cycle of getting products in when you need them and what's available. So you're looking for orange and navy or cobalt blue. Okay. Yeah, I'll get on there and see. So are you wanting like a plaid or a stripe or some kind of pattern with the orange and navy, or solids, or just shoot me a message over on Facebook. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't know. I'm obviously not a professional YouTuber, so it took 11 days to get something from the West Coast. You're in the South. Woo! Holy smokes. I paid for expedited shipping for our toner cartridge for our sublimation printer, and I paid for 3-day shipping, and it came in 9 days. Yeah, Sandra, I mean, I keep thinking, okay, well, this was my first year selling any type of supplies, and I'm really focusing on ribbon. And I thought, well, did I not order it early enough? But then I looked back, and I'm like, well, they only had it available between these certain dates to order, so couldn't have been my fault, but they said it would be here by now, so I don't know. Yeah, I need to contact them. I've got a lot of people I need to call tomorrow. So anyway, thank you for hopping on and watching me make a couple of these special order bows. And do hit the subscribe button, and know that we're going to try to create more content for YouTube. But definitely follow us on Facebook at Grammy's Craft Boutique. We have a little Etsy shop full of all kinds of fun things, and we would love to have you guys as part of our crafty family. Okay, you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.